15,470 pounds and only used 3 times. A beautiful 414 Fuzion coming in here at Haylett RV Brokers in Coldwater, Michigan. The owners used it 2 times for a 2-week trip to Florida, and then 1 time for a 1-week trip to a fair, and they hauled a single Harley with it. It's got a combo washer dryer, generators running as we speak. It is just in fantastic condition. You are saving a mint compared to new right here. And naturally, one of the big questions with any hauler is, what can I haul with it? And on our way in, we get to see some really nice stuff here. So you might have noticed this has 3 separate power awnings, and this is like one of the first generations of things to use these nicer MORryde rear deck systems. Now notice, there's no cable supports here, rather it actually has drop-down legs. In point of technicality, it actually has both the drop-down legs as well as the cable supports, but when you remove the cable supports, you see that it has a side step entrance into the patio garage area. Now these ramp doors normally have a 3,000 pound loading limit, 1,500 pound deck limit, but because we've regained the stability of a like an anchor point further out, it actually resumes a 3,000 pound deck limit. So this is about as heavy duty as it's going to get. And having the triple entry areas here, plus those these MORrydes, making it so that everything isn't getting jostled around. Like if you have a table or some chairs over here with some people, just super handy. And everything's in fantastic shape. It looks like the ramp patio system just was not used a lot. You can see we've got one of those swinging, sliding combo 3 seasons walls in place here, which is pretty standard issue. And this garage, so it is, it's kind of split. It's 11.5 feet up to that door, and then naturally over here where there's the half bath, it's a little bit less. I'm going to shoot from the hip, say about 8 feet to there. It might be a little bit more. I didn't measure that side now that I think about it. Now it's got this removable kind of carpeting down that everybody used to use, and no one really does anymore, but you can see below that's industrial like rubberized flooring. Now, cool thing on these Fuzions, it's one of the reasons that we still like them here at Haylett RV today, well, down the street at Haylett RV, this being Haylett RV Brokers, is their tie-down system. It's rated for 5,000 pounds. There's several of those back here. Notice it has multiple anchor points, so you can always make sure you get the proper like hook point and tension. Now, they were just awesome about loading this sucker up with all these windows. And look at the way that TV drops down. So it's easy to view. When you do have these, because overhead we do have the power drop sofas with the queen bed above. I just got them up out of the way. So when you are sitting back here using it for patio time, you've got that awesome entertainment center right there. Now you can see my reflection a little bit in that oversized pass-through door, but notice how the door's got a smoky glass, so you do have privacy back here. Very handy if someone's using this as an alternative bunkhouse. You see it's the sink for the half bath over here. Not to mention you've got that combo washer dryer job installed right there. Very cool. And as we whip around the side, you can see that porcelain foot flush stool here in the garage dedicated half bath. Now, more windows, more light, more airflow, but still shades so that you maintain full privacy, which is something I think is really cool here. I mean, overall, this is an extreme... Oh God, I forgot about this. Yeah, this is a kind of a pretty much Fuzion exclusive thing. Not a lot of people do this. They had this little pocket below the loft, and you can see it's an all aluminum skeleton up here. And normally what this would be for is the loft access ladder that I'm actually walking over top of now. You probably noticed on the floor. Well, there are a couple other loose odds and ends that the folks had with this. So they just used it for general storage, and it was just nice that it didn't get in their way. And just so that you can see them for yourself. You can see the mattress for that bed up there. You see how it's puffed up in the middle. There's a floating table that goes between these 2 sofas when they're down in the patio position. And whether you want that table in here, out there, or even, you know, by the main entry door, you can float it, put it wherever you want. Now, it is a hot one today, and this RV has an excellent weather package, but it's hot. The air hasn't been running. So if you hear a funny whirring sound, I've got that big full-size vent fan up there blazing, just going to town, getting the hot air out of here, and I've got the main front door open, just the screen shut. And I've got like a nice 6-mile-an-hour breeze cruising through me right now, and I'm kind of enjoying what I'm feeling. I might hang out here for a little bit and just yakety-yak with you. Different, unconventional kind of floor plan. What I kind of like about this is that it has more of a luxury fifth wheel kind of living room feel. It doesn't feel like a toy hauler once you get in here. And this, it has excellent excellent kitchen storage and prep space, which is stuff that toy haulers are just not well known for. You see you've got that like almost floor to ceiling pantry over there. Next to this, if it was used twice, I'll be surprised, convection microwave oven. I mean, you know, take a look for yourselves. The folks didn't clean this before they brought it in. They just never used it enough to warrant cleaning. That's the thing. Solid surface counters, easy reach outlets, tons of good drawer space down here as well. They, you know, really knew how to nail this. And one of my favorite things right here, the Barley Poppinator 9000 series, revision number 37. Now as we come in, what I like about this though, so if I'm standing here at the sink and I'm doing, whether it's the campsite bartender routine or if I'm doing the campsite cook routine, I'm still part of the action because I'm still involved in the seating. I'm right here. No one's really left out of anything. Now, when you do close the slide, you got to make sure you kind of condense that seat down right there because these opposing slides, they'll start to play bumper cars, and that's not a good thing. Heat massage, theater seat right here. Heat massage, theater seat right there, and I love how it's long enough that if you want to, just kind of plop down and, you know, pop yourself there in the corner, stretch your legs out. You've got yourself an awesome little kind of nap and lounge arrangement where you can, you know, get away from the hot summer sun, enjoy some of the good air conditioning system going on in here. Now this is a loft model. Obviously it could be used for sleeping space. The one of the more common uses though is I call this like attic storage. It goes all the way behind the entertainment center. Should have reached up there and turned on a light, but you're smart folks. I think you get the idea. Speaking of the entertainment, you can see how the TV is secured in travel position right now. It can pivot out, so if you wanted to face the sectional style sofa thing next to me, you can. Down below is our Bluetooth DVD entertainment center from Jensen with electric space heating fireplace below. Always a fun favorite feature. More recliners. Awesome. And, I mean, you've got tons of... These are all plush. Like, you can see nothing's been really broken down here. This one was built with the residential refrigerator, which means it is 18 cubic feet in storage space, which is what the gas-electric fridge would have been. But it does have a 1000-watt inverter to be able to run going down the road. Plus, obviously, we've got generator running right now, so you're good to go there. Just all the little touches, too, like little accent light fixtures and features, and it's different, but I like this one. Now, on the way up to the bathroom, going past the entry door, which I'm not going to lie, I'm going to milk a little bit to enjoy a little bit more of that breeze. You've got yourself a central vacuum system, which, again, doesn't appear to have ever really been used. Oh, and this is like one of the first generations of the, oh, what am I wanting to call it? In Command. And what's kind of interesting here, In Command is kind of made by a company called ASA Electronics. Funny story, I personally worked with ASA Electronics on the Fuzion that they purchased when they were building and testing In Command system. So, I don't know, I just thought that was always kind of cool that I was able to have some sort of touch on the history of it, you know. Moving upstairs here to the bathroom, it is a dual entry, and because this is a toy hauler, it's a wide body bathroom, and that allowed them to do some interesting things. It allowed them to put in a big shower, plenty of room for a you know, fluffy, friendly toilet here. If you got bigger hips or shoulders, plenty of room, and a seamless one-piece molded shower with corner seat, height adjustable hardware. These are a lot of things that, like, when I start talking about this bathroom, it sounds like I'm talking about a Montana. That's because in a lot of ways, a Fuzion is really kind of a Montana that's been, you know, juiced up on steroids and given the free reign of going off-road, you know, toy hauler style. So it's kind of a toy hauler-inspired Montana in a lot of ways. Now that storage right there, you can see how there's a sliding privacy door. That storage is actually in the combo bed-bath slide-out, but, you know, you maintain the privacy there, or you can have a second kind of pass-through door. Now, up here in the bathroom, you can see how that is solid surface. Nice space for a wastebasket under that cabinet overhang. You know, it's an unconventional bathroom, but it worked really well. Actually, the bathroom of these and an open range wide body fifth wheel for the longest time were just about identical. It was funny because they were so totally different, but they came up with the same bath arrangement. That is a 70 by 80 king, and Fuzion was one of the very first to figure out how to do a north-south 70 by 80 king with what they called their glide-a-bed. When that slide closes, it will actually push the bed against the wall. when the slide opens, there's a spring recoil that'll pull it back a little bit closer to center. There is like a dresser drawer down here below the bed line, by the way. You see how there's headboard outlets for CPAP users, overhead cabinet storage, a second dual centralized air conditioner. Fuzion didn't adopt the triple air thing till a little bit later. And then over here you can see you've just got all of that good long-term use cabinet storage space. One of the things I like about this, though, is how Fuzion was always good about keeping a window in that slide to make this room look and feel open and big. Dresser drawer down below both the window, as well as, actually 2 dresser drawers below the window, and then down here below the triple door mirrored closet. So you do have plenty of hanging space. Plus, you've got dedicated TV here in the bedroom. So this is a triple screen unit. Garage, living room, bedroom. Bam, done. As we step outside, you see nice, big, wide, tall entry doors. I would say it's more right step capable, but they've kind of already done the dirty work for us. Isn't that nice? Now here in this pass-through compartment, you got slam latches. You can see that green light in the red box over there. That's the inverter for the residential fridge. But over here, that's the brain system for the in-command unit. That's basically the central nervous system of the RV. This does have 6-point hydraulic auto leveling. You can probably hear that generator purring. It started right up. So, funny thing in this industry is there's a lot of times if people don't use an RV, they very commonly also fail to maintain the RV. That doesn't appear to be the case. I have to double check with my sources, but it really makes me believe this RV was stored indoors, away from the weather. The way that the skin, the decals, the everything is still gleaming. There's just not a sign of sun kissing on this RV. It looks like it's been outside for maybe that 1 month and 1 week where it was ever actually used. We've got more ride pin box and suspension on this to give us smooth ride and handling. Now, not only is it a wide body coach, it's on a wide body chassis, and you can actually tell by the way those front leveling jacks are way toward the outside. They're actually on this side of the frame rails. That's something that standard chassis, for whatever reason, don't do. What that means in English, more stability at your campsite. Now this does have an enclosed, heated, insulated belly. You've got radiant barriers all over the place. This has the same like 0 to 100 degree temp rating as something like a Montana. Sweepy down the sidewall here, so again, you can see your reflection in this thing. There are dual 30-gallon fuel cells on this. The front one feeds the generator only. The back one feeds the fuel dispenser only. They do not have a cross flow. That is by intention, so that if you want to use 2 different fuels, one for your generator, one for your toys, if you want something higher octane, you can do that. Now, what's cool though, is you can use the hand pump dispenser to pump the fuel tank into the generator tank if you do want to share fuel and just have a huge generator capacity reserve. Now, we were already back here one time, but something I want to show you, if we take a little extra look over here into La La Land in the upper right, you can see how this is one of the first generations of the MORryde 0G ramp door system. It actually has a cable pulley kind of retraction system on it so that you don't have to like worry or fight with this thing. You can flip it up and down with one hand. It actually has a key lock very similar to the hatchback of like an SUV, where there's a key down here, you go and you'll actually hear and it'll unlock everything, and then you can pull it down. You see that yellow cord hanging down up here? If you are inside, that is a 0 12-volt power required manual release. So kind of like the trunk of your car. Unfortunately, you can't really, but unfortunately, that makes me sound like a serial killer. I'll just say, I'm not going to say fortunately or unfortunately. I'm just going to say you can't keep somebody trapped in your garage. Not to mention they can just flip the deadbolt and get out. Now, you can see triple awnings. Power awning 1, 2, and 3 on this RV. I love that they didn't put an awning over that big slide right there. All the sewer hose stuff in the world over here in this little skirt-mounted toolbox. And there are power outlets down inside there in case you do want to run some tools. I mean, I think we've pretty much nailed it, guys. This thing is sharp, sharp, sharp. Holy cow. I mean, the roof looks the same as everything else. They used it, like I said, 3 times. It's been used for a total of 5 weeks. Other than that, it's obviously been stored in like a time capsule. I don't know. Give us a call down here at Haylett RV Brokers. This kind of stuff doesn't come in, and when it does, we get calls from all over the nation. Someone's like, hey, heck yes, I would love to save like $20,000 compared to a brand new one of these. That sounds great to me. I'll drive and come get it. So, you know, doesn't matter if you live near or far. Here's there's a good chance that you could take this home, or someone else, you know, could be your neighbors looking at it. So give us a call. We do a little bit of everything here at Hayward RV Brokers, and we can get you hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance. It's hot sun. I'm getting cooked. RV delivery. You get the idea. Give us a call. We do it all. I was doing okay until the very end here, wasn't I? So take care. Stay safe. Have fun. And happy Halo camping, everyone.